feel the heat from here. Alright, well, winter's coming and I need to make myself a waste oil stove. So I got this old water heater tank. I'll strip that down with some old pipe. It's all scrap. And I'm going to build a pretty crude waste oil burner, but when it's simple like that, you can almost burn anything in them. Well, there we go. So we slid the top cover off, got rid of all the insulation, and so now we're going to pull the elements out, and we're going to figure out where we're going to have our door and where our exhaust is going to be, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I've got the door cut into the hot water tank. I've also, this is going to be my feed tube. It's going to be air and oil coming through this tube into the center of the tank. I've cut those angles and I'm going to weld them together like that so that the tube can come in and then it will point down into the center of the tank. I wanted to keep the feed tube on an angle into the stove so that there can never be any oil pooling up in the tube itself. Pretty safe when you're cutting into a water tank, but if you were going to be cutting into a tank that previously had a gas or oxygen in it, you would want to purge that tank, fill it with water, keep the hose running, let the tank completely purge out before you cut into it. This, I was pretty sure just water had been in this tank, so I just went ahead and cut it, but do it your own risk. Alright, so this is coming along. I've plasma cut the hole into the side where the fuel feed pipe will be. I also hole cut this plate, so I'll weld this plate to the fuel feed, and then I can remove it if I ever have to by unbolting this plate. So that's the plan there. I've plasma cut the circle in for the chimney, so that's looking good. So I'm going to get to installing the feed line. Testing out my new waste oil burner. Needed something a little better to heat the shop. That thing is kind of scary. That's a hot pot. This thing's going to do well. Alright, so this is my waste oil stove finalized after building it out of the old hot water tank. I've got my 1/2 inch piping all set up with the little drip loop. My sight is in there. You can see how much oil is going. Yeah, I've got her about 530 degrees up on there. It's a lot hotter down here. I got this idea off of Burning Hot's channel. You should check him out. He does a whole bunch of builds like this. This is just what I came up with the scrap I had laying around. This is like a little $20 air mattress pump. I've got it on a potentiometer so I can control how much air it blows. The only downside is it is a bit loud, and my tank is up there. That's the tank I had before, so I reused that tank. Mine does have a door on it because I just have an old stovetop pot that I'm using as my burn chamber in there. But go check out Burning Hot's channel and you can see how to build one of these.